Okay, we're back. First of all, an apology. Apparently I made like 10 videos over the course of a few days, and I didn't realize that my settings were all messed up. Um, yeah, so it was set up that way because I was doing that retrospective, um, and it just didn't. I didn't reset it to the full screen afterwards. And I didn't. I mean, I was looking over them to see if I wanted to. I hadn't actually like scheduled them for YouTube yet, and I was looking over them to see if there was anything I wanted to edit out. And then I realized that the resolution was just completely annihilated. So yeah, fortunately, it still caught most of the screen, but it lost, I believe, like the hit points and a few things up here. Um, I'm gonna keep those videos up because they might be useful to somebody. It's still got commentary. It's still basically got the game. Nothing I can really do to fix that, unfortunately. But yeah, it's fixed now, and I'll definitely be careful of that in the future. Um, Unfortunately, I just can't. I can't go back and fix it. Like, there's really no way. With that said, we got it fixed now. We're gonna go into the lair. Um, shouldn't have too bad of a problem on this character. Oh man, I say that and then I immediately run into Gastronok, who can do 50 damage. He's got pretty good MR too. Really bad place to find him. What I'm tempted to do is to pull him up and teleport. I'm gonna spam confuse on him. It works good. We got the porcupine. Now what to do about this dude? I feel like I want to just like spam Ice Blast on him until he's dead. Is he resistant to poison? No, he's not. Well, we're going to start with that. Doesn't quite work. Random effects. He goes invisible. Fine. Well, we refreshed the confuse. He's hasted. Let's just start Ice Blasting him. We're making a lot of noise, unfortunately, but... Okay, we got him. I don't know if that was ideal. We did make a ton of noise by the staircase, and it might have forced us to abandon Lair, but I really had to get that threat out of the way. On a Naga, trying to just walk away from that was almost definitely the wrong choice. So I don't think that was too bad. Okay, the hat actually offers more AC than the helmet, so we're going to use that. But yeah, we used up quite a few charges of Ice Blast doing that, but again, I think it was the right choice. I feel pretty good about that. I'm thankful that Confuse actually worked on him, because if he had gotten a pretty high damage airstrike on me, probably would have had to have left. Oh, we don't have any remove curse. I shouldn't have worn that. Ring of Fire, huh? Too bad it's not a Ring of Fire protection, because then it might be worth using this robe. But then we would still have to walk around with our RC minus. Unless I wore Fire and Ice at the same time. Hold on, let's check this out. just to make sure my math isn't really bad. We're going to try this thing on. I'm going to wear fire. Now we have RC. And we wear ice. Yeah, so it doesn't cancel out. I don't know why I thought it would. Doesn't really make any sense. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to carry this robe around, though. We found this robe last time, and really it's an interesting choice. I ended up deciding not to use it because I don't want to walk around with a penalty on a slow character. A vulnerability, I mean, to a resistance. Okay, interesting threat. Hydras are really spooky on this character. So we're going to Ice Blast him to death. We still have recharging, which we'll probably end up using on Ice Blast. We probably could have Berserked and killed that. And pretty soon, once we have a little more piety, Brothers in Arms will be a viable option against it. Right now, we would get stupid things like bears, which are really not ideal. I mean, I personally would almost never recommend using Brothers in Arms at 4 piety. It's a thing you can do, but you're probably making a mistake if you do it. Okay. Mamba's a little tough, but we can Berserk him. Not so bad, right? No interesting items just yet. Let's make sure we fight this yak by itself. It's a very contested entranceway, so let's try again. I'm gonna shout a bit. You know, I could duke it out with these things, but I think I would rather play it safe. Killed one by itself. Oh wow, I've trained evocations way too high. Let's take it to 12, because I'm OCD and I want it to be a nice even number. There we go. No more evocations. We're going to do fighting and throwing. Way overtrained those evocations, but that's fine. I mean, I have 0 apt, which is good. Didn't spend as much experience as it looks like. And it's useful, you know, we have all these wands. May as well make, you know, the best use of them. I see we found lightning, which is another Hydra killer. Nice. We'll keep going for strength. Gain some more AC. I like to see that. Shouting doesn't pull anything else. You know what? Let's try the 3rd staircase. Okay, so they're all pretty much next to each other. Oh boy. So she has short sword of distortion and the ability to blink. But she's very bad at having MR. So now she's confused. I still don't really want to be next to her. Oh, okay, we got the paralyze with random effects. She had a potion. And she had a blowgun, which is uncursed. We can swap to that. If we need it. I like the giant pile of curare. I'm gonna go ahead and get Needles of Confusion. So that's some pretty useful stuff. I don't think I'm gonna bother to get Needles of Poison, although I don't really have a choice since none have spawned. But yeah, Curare gives me a useful tool. Okay, we have a Remove Curse. Let's use this. No, looks like we're gonna need it. Minus Intelligence. On the other hand, minus Intelligence doesn't really affect me, so I'm gonna leave that on for now. This could be a little iffy. I think we're gonna be okay though. No need to Berserk. Even basic stones do a pretty good job. Is that a Naga Barding? No, that's Centaur. Darn. This we might need to Berserk against. Nope. You know, I probably shouldn't be using random effects on this thing, since it could get... On the other hand, we can... I mean, it could get a hasted or something, but we can also confuse pretty easily. You know what? I'm gonna Berserk. We'll take the risk. Slow now. We'll confuse this guy. Really, I think we might use the recharge on Confuse, because hexes are the best at this point in the game for most of this stuff. Can we get anywhere that gives us a better engage? Sort of. This is still kind of crappy because of this swamp worm coming up. Well, we've got Fear. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This is a perfect time to throw the book, throw another book. Get plenty of kills with the fire. We're going to use Trog's Hand, since this fight might go on for a while. We're going to fight this stuff. I'm going to turn on Berserk. Should be able to kill these things, maybe not. This flail is kind of not so good. I'm going to be happy when we have something a little better. I don't necessarily think we're going to be using this shield forever. Would really prefer to use something two-handed. But we'll see. Shields are pretty optimal on a Naga, more than other things. More than anything that's not a Formicid, I mean. Mainly because so much less investment is required. But really, it doesn't matter until we get some kind of weapon that's good, you know? And nothing else interesting has really spawned except for that anti-magic trident, I guess. I suppose I probably should have picked that up. Nah. Okay, we got Petrify as possible here. I mean, he's not going to kill us, so you can't really do much to us. Basilisk only does, well, it does 20 damage, but I think Stone Wow, he spent most of his turns gazing at me. But he did like no damage to me with the bites. I feel like being petrified increases your AC or something. Let me make sure I'm not lying to you guys. Takes a lot less damage, can't do anything. Yeah. So being petrified next to nothing but a basilisk is really not a huge deal. Gonna use flame. Make a steam cloud, killing that guy successfully. Looks like this is where all those dudes came from, the swamp worms. They spawn in the water and they hide there. This is the first time I've seen them move about. Must have heard a noise or something. Okay. That's layer 2. Let's go to layer 3. Hey, spiny frogs. Probably should have thrown tomahawks. These are a decent threat still. The tomahawks do nothing, but that's fine. We get the kill anyway. Really don't want to be surrounded like this. Just one more left. And the stones do the job. Oh darn. Hydra, let's see if I can move away from that. Okay, I'm gonna try to melee this. I'm just trying to walk away a bit from where that Hydra was hanging out, and it looks like I've succeeded in not luring it over. Now, we're happy to fight the Hydra, and now he sees us, so we have to. I just wanted to do it, you know, alone. Okay, we got him with Ice Blast. 0 charges left, though. Made a ton of noise. Let's walk back here a bit. Okay. This thing I think we can melee, probably. No, maybe not. Got the confuse, nice. Out of charges on confuse and Ice Blast now. I see a recharge in my future. Thankfully we have 2 scrolls now, so doing pretty well there. We'll use it as soon as it becomes necessary. Okay, I'm gonna bite this stuff one at a time. You may be wondering why I'm not training more weapon skill. I'm just waiting until Trog gives me something good. Again, nothing good has really spawned. Nothing even close to endgame. So I have like training or cross-training on pretty much everything. So whatever he gives me, I'm going to be able to use. And throwing is perfectly good. Throwing is legitimate. You could train nothing but throwing on a Trog guy. I don't really recommend it because then you're not really getting much leverage out of Berserk. But throwing is so good, it's going to be viable. It's a rapier. It's cursed. If it had been electricity, it might have been worth using. Take off this ring of intelligence. You know, I mean, I guess that we would have a problem if he handed us a sword, like a short blade or a long blade, but not really, because, I mean, we don't have a ton of investment in any of this stuff. I mean, 5 to 8 is really almost nothing. It's speculative at this point, really. Whereas throwing, like, you know throwing is going to be useful. at high throwing, you can kill a Hellion with a stone, you know? And you're always going to find thousands of stones. Okay, we have Identify here. I think I'm going to identify Lightning, I guess. I don't know. I'd really like to find out what some more of these consumables are. But we've got Teleport already, we've got Blinking, we've got a decent number of useful potions, so it can wait. I'm doing well enough. Like, I've got the big contenders, you know, the really important consumables. I've got those down. Would really like to find some barding. We're also lacking a cloak. I'm tempted to go back to Youth. Wow, this is bad. I'm gonna Berserk, even though it's against my better judgment, next to these dudes who blink around all the time. Okay, we will start using wands. Got him. Okay, fine. Okay. I'm gonna drop some of these wands, actually. I don't want random effects anymore. I don't need both digging. This is going to be one of those games with slightly annoying inventory management, just because of throwing. I mean, not much I can really do about that, unfortunately. I guess I can drop some food. Meat, fruit, royal jelly. Keep the bread. Alright. Yeah, let's take a quick detour to D7. We're just gonna kill you real fast. Yeah, we should be fine. Worst case scenario, I'll have to use like some kind of consumable to make sure he doesn't go next to me, but I think that I'm probably lightning him to death, yeah. Easy enough. Ooh, it's +2. And there's a unique mace. We have no... Oh geez, we have no remove curse. I am not going to trust a youth mace, even if it is an artifact. I mean, it could be anything. On the other hand, it has to have a brand. It's like, how bad could it be? Let's try it. Okay, that was worth it. Wow. Yeah, crushing. Now, a mace is +3 accuracy and 8 damage. Flail is 10, so the mace is a worse base weapon. But as you can see, this thing does all sorts of stuff for me. And actually, while I'm wearing this, I might as well throw this robe on. I only lose 3 pips of AC, or 3 points of AC. We lose GDR, but we gain some EV. Yeah, I think we're going to be better off in this with the +6 slaying. Book of Frost, cool. We have a book to throw at people. Alright, interesting problem now. I mentioned Death Yaks were going to be an issue for this character. Normally I love to see them. Not so much now. And by the way, my piety, something is going on with my piety. I think it's just because I move so slowly, I'm eating more piety decay. But man, I am just hanging out at 4 pips here. Okay, so now what are we going to do about all this? I don't have haste identified. I can blink, I can fear, I can teleport. What I really want to do is I want to get, like, all the way down here. Like, I want to get to the staircase, honestly. Let's see how far we can get before these guys catch up. Looks like not very far. Confusion is not an option. Ice Blast and Lightning Bolt just won't kill these things fast enough. I'm definitely not going to Berserk against this stuff. And Fear is not a good idea, because they have too good of MR. I could probably Lightning Bolt these guys to death if I really, really, really wanted to. But I'd have to recharge a few times. Oh man. Okay, let's just keep walking. Okay, no, this is too nasty now. We're gonna blink over here. So that sucks. That's kind of the consequences of playing a Naga. I don't know what else I could have done there that would have stopped me from using a resource. I didn't want to try to duke it out with them with wands. I suppose I could have yelled a little more from the staircases. Because, like, we can probably take a single Death Yak, especially now that we can constrict. How many enemies can I constrict at once? I think it's only one. Not an octopode. Alright, several turns have passed. Let's go down here. Wow, they haven't moved much. We might have to... Okay, let's see what's going on behind door number 3. This isn't half bad. Constrict is going to make life a lot easier. Yeah, I'm glad I found this weapon. Having RF Plus and being able to use this robe as a consequence is pretty good. Come on. They're not really letting me lure them like I'd like to. They really like the staircase. Alright, let's pull this dude. Let's berserk. Let's take him down. Nice. That was worth the price of admission. I mean, they're worth a good amount of experience points. Let's see what's going on Lair 6. Okay, easy enough. Nice, safe, and easy experience from Yaks. I'm gonna shout a bit. Nothing seems to be coming. Oh wait, there's corpses down here I can eat. See, I don't want to repeat this thing. Like, I know these Death Yaks are down here, which really sucks because it means I can't auto-explore this floor. Oh boy, there's 2. Do I want to risk berserking? I really, really don't. Okay, this is fine. Get those double zaps. And corner zaps. Kind of like playing pool. See, that 12 point investment I made into evocations is paying off now, because it lets me deal with things I shouldn't be able to deal with quite so easily. Like 2 death yaks at once on a character that's just not very good at killing death yaks. Which, I mean, not to complain, I am a Trog. You know, I am a Berserker, a Trog worshiper. I shouldn't, by all rights, be having too much trouble with those guys. It's just, you know, very few characters can handle multiple death yaks at the same time in Lair. It is 30 damage. You have to bear in mind that I'm still only, you know, wielding a mace and wearing a robe. Constrict lets me kill things like that Mamba without actually really hitting it. See how much damage Constrict does? Like, I'm actually attacking stuff that I'm not constricting, because I know the Constrict is going to kill the thing. I'm not sure what's optimal. I guess I should probably be attacking the things constricted, because it eats an EV penalty. I was trying to kill like both things at the same time, but that's probably not optimal. I had to think about that. So we found this ruined war axe. I'm not going to use that because I don't have remove curse on me. Could be something terrible. Cool. Alright, let's head down. Triple crossbow. Not using that for sure. That's Jivia. Okay, let's think about this. Too bad that Death Yak showed up, yeah. Rather far from a staircase. We have fear, though. This might be the ideal spot. Now, let's see. This isn't so bad. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and throw the book there. Nice. Unfortunately, I had to use 2 books to do that. Probably could have used 1 and then berserked, but didn't really want to take any chances. Can I walk away from this thing? Yes, I can. Oh, there he is. What to do? Well, I could go loud with the lightning bolts. Take him down pretty easily. But if I do that, all kinds of things are going to be coming down on my position, and I only have 1 scroll of teleportation. And we do not really have brothers in arms to help us here. Man. But I have a ton of lightning bolt. I wonder if I could make it over here. Nah, it's not going to help. He's not going to stand there. Even if he did, that's not a good double zap position. We still have needles. I could try to get him with the confusion. Might work. Waste a turn swapping my items when I could just be slamming them with the lightning bolt. Hard choice. Pretty far from staircase. Let's take a step. Let's take another step. Got them both in a line now at least. Screech and an angry hiss, that's not so bad. Okay, we got it. Can we get out? Yeah, we can get out. Cool. Kind of figured this was desolate because of how much shouting I did in this corner. I didn't think I would have a problem. But you never know. Hey, steel javelin's nice. Why don't I just go ahead and use these tomahawks, honestly? Looks like an ant nest. Wouldn't it be sweet if I could emulate this whole thing? But I think we're going to have to use the more conservative approach of just luring stuff out one by one. Remember, we've got our poise as an intrinsic, so even if I'm walking around with 12 AC, or 8 while I'm corroded, at least I have our poise to fight these things. Now, unfortunately, we've got an Entropy Weaver. Not a Lair monster. At least it shouldn't be. That's cool. Let's see if we can steel javelin this dude to death. Wow, he doesn't want to... We're gonna... Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we're gonna fear. That's not great. I really messed up. That's fine. I traded a Fear Scroll for the death of an Entropy Weaver in the early game. That seems pretty fair. Really tough monster to face on any character this early. I don't like that I'm using up my resources like this. Alright, let's see if we can use these steel javelins though. Works pretty well. Our throwing is at the point where we can use it to kill hydras, no problem. See, this Lindworm is the reason why I wasn't willing to use the robe until I had RF Plus on something. Looks like I made the right choice on that. Let's read Identify. I want to identify digging, but really I need some more resources. Let's do potions. Wow, degeneration. I guess I'm glad I won't be using that accidentally. Still got experience, haste, ambrosia, agility. Several potions we'd like to have identified. Even lignification would be nice. Would vastly improve my AC still. Remember, we've got deformed body, so until we find some barding, our AC is going to be kind of crappy. Another reason why I'm just wearing a robe. Alright, we're finally getting weapons gifted. We'll see how long this lasts before my piety decays from how slow I am. You know, you would think that piety decay would be kind of keyed to how fast your character is, but I guess not. Okay, this is a little bit of a rough spot. There's going to be marsh dudes in here and hornets. Oh no. I'm gonna recharge the confusion. That could have been bad. Don't want to auto queue steel javelins. In fact, let's inscribe these with don't fire, because those are like those are a resource. Those are like the thing I galling out when I'm facing something that's a real threat. Thankfully there's still several lying around in the lair that I threw. Silver tomahawks I'm going to be happy to use. Oh jeez, really? Don't make me slow. Okay, not bad. Not a big fan of vaults that place torpor snails. Let's see how we do in melee with this guy. Not terrible. Then again, I mean, it's kind of a unique challenge. And it's not like you don't know that it's coming if you're familiar with the vault, so I don't have too big of an issue with it. I think it's, you know, it's an appropriate challenge. Since you can just, I could have just excluded off this whole section and left. Oh boy, this is a little too much. Or maybe a lot too much. Oh no. I have to teleport. Wow, that really sucks. Oh, that was bad. That's more hornets than I remember being in that vault. And there's another entropy weaver. Also didn't help that we failed confused there on those hornets. You know, I said we were doing okay on consumables, and we were. Now we're not. I've managed to blow through what was really not a very big pile of consumables. It felt like a lot at the time. I had a little too much trust in my ability to play well, or maybe a little too much trust in Naga's not sucking. Because, I mean, if you're up here, like, what are you going to do? You come into a vault with a ton of hornets and you're a guy who has a movement delay. You want to fight those and get paralyzed, or do you want to teleport? I mean, kind of a no-brainer. I guess I could have regenerated Ice Blast, or recharged Ice Blast, and went to town with that, but no guarantee that would work, really. Confused seemed like the better option. Alright, let's see what we can do with these guys. Okay, I'm gonna berserk, actually. Nice. Drippy Weavers are edible. Apparently they're formicids. Got my javelins back. Cool. Let's exclude off this little area just for now. I want to do it last. Which I suppose was the proper answer to all that. Just don't go in. That's on me for not remembering that. For not remembering there's hornets in there. Haven't seen the Ant Queen yet. I believe Ant Queens have the most powerful poison in the game. Not sure. But we can definitely confuse her if need be. But we don't need to. Javelins do the work. Trog grants you a weapon. It's a dire flail. With no remove curse, I don't know if I even want to try it on. Can they show up cursed? I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Anti-magic, okay, fine. Well, no thanks. I'll keep my regular mace on for now. May seem silly, but I'd really rather have the RF Plus so I can keep wearing this robe. That slaying is kind of really good for throwing. So, this seems to be the way forward. Awclawed plant. Thankfully we have a ton of hit points. So we just kill it with rocks, cool. Can only do something like 40 or 50 damage to me maximum, so... Ooh. Definitely only want to fight one at once, if possible. Look how good throwing is. We only have 12. Imagine if I maxed out. Of course, you've seen me max out before if you've watched some of my other videos. That's just how good throwing is. It's definitely worth going all the way to 27, if you ask me. Javelins, I like to see that. Book of Transfigurations, I'll definitely keep that on hand. Wow, I didn't know that Naga were so good at casting. Zeros across the board, pretty decent. Suppose they have to get some kind of benefit for being so ludicrously slow. Okay, here's our hornet. Unfortunately, I think he's come out of that vault, which means that the floor is not even safe anymore. So I may as well turn off this exclusion. Kill these guys with rocks once they're confused. Alright, confuse them first. So that's 3 hornets, I think? Uh-oh, interesting combo. Not great. Let's get the confuse on the basilisk. Probably could have just... I probably could have just used MR+, but trying to conserve my piety because of how badly it gets owned by decay. It's another reason why throwing is so amazing on this character. It gets around my slowness. Things are coming to me, you know. Ah, there's the Hydra. Cool. Javelin takes care of it. I'm gonna tomahawk. Actually, I'm gonna use regular javelins. I really want this thing dead quickly. I guess I'll use steel. I better step out. Better step out again. Okay, good. That wolf spider's getting calcified. Not great. Okay. Of course he walks right into me and slows me, but that's cool. They're both confused and now they're both dead. Used quite a few charges, but that's what they're there for. Gonna walk backwards. Hopefully we only pull the snail, and it looks like we do. That's not quite working. Okay, I'll recharge. Okay, cool. And a berserk. I didn't want a berserk because there could have been more hornets back there, but we had to counteract the slowness. Okay. Finished out Lair 6. With one exception. Got a dragon. And with that, we could have dragon armor. See, look, Trog will no longer gift you weapons. That's how bad my piety decay is. It's really, really disgusting. Alright, now let's think about this. Do I have a way out of this if it goes badly? Not really. And he might blast me as soon as I open the door. So I'm gonna use resistance. Okay. I'm gonna pop on this ring of fire, and I'm gonna berserk. Not bad. Having FDA this early is pretty cool. We got a potion of might out of that as well, and a big old pile of gold, which will be great when we go into Orc. So, can't complain too much really. That was worth it. Now drop the plate mail, because I mean plate mail is 10 AC, 18 encumbrance. Fire Dragon Scale is 2 less AC, but you know, 11 encumbrance, significantly less. It can be enchanted to +8. Plate can only be enchanted 2 more. And we get a bunch of RF out of it. And I can wear a Ring of Ice to counteract the RC. The real question is, am I going to wear it now? I'm not sure. With Slay +6, I'm tempted to just keep this robe on and throw stuff for a while. I mean, the Slay +6, it makes this so good. It makes me able to kill things with just stones, even better than I already would be. So I think we're going to stick to this for now and just kind of play like we're a caster if possible. Although, that slowness is really going to get me down. If I had remembered about piety decay, by the way, and the fact that I'm pretty much only going to be getting ammunition for a while, probably, I might have gone for the bow plan, because you know, at least then I'm using a better weapon. But we're still getting things to throw, so it's fine. This is totally good. Might be time to train a little bit of defenses. Considering that we don't have the ability to run away. Yeah, we'll throw those guys on. And we have 26 charges of confusion from that last recharge, so we're doing okay. Let's use this 4-stack. Identify it to enchant armor. Oh, man. I'm going to enchant my Ox slots. Not going to enchant body armor yet because I'm not positive that I'm going to be using this FDA. It's likely, but I'm not positive. Could find something else sooner than I'm willing to give up this robe. You know, a lot of things could happen. We haven't even done Orc yet, so who knows what's going to come. What I do know is I have a ton of MR. As long as I'm wearing this mace. Enough that Orc sorcerers cannot paralyze me. I have access to RF Plus if I need it, in the form of this Ring of Fire. So Bolt of Fire is not a huge deal. Don't have access to RN Plus for Bolt of Draining, but it can only do like, what, 60 damage? Take a look. 3d17, so a little less than 60. 51 damage. So, you know, with 145 hit points, I think we're okay. Nothing in Orc is really going to scare me too much. So we'll just go in there, we'll see what we find. We'll clear out dungeon as well. And hopefully we'll find a weapon to wear. Still haven't really found anything hugely interesting to us. Any other character would have gotten a few more gifts by now. We've really just gotten the Dire Flail of Anti-Magic, which is not terribly interesting to me. So, yeah, next video we'll clear out Orc, we'll clear out Dungeon, and we'll just kind of see, we'll play it by ear is what we're going to do. We're going to see what the dungeon gives us as far as this stuff goes. But chances are good this character is going to become, it's going to stay really intensely focused on throwing for a while. So yeah, until next time, I'm signing out.